Hey everyone, welcome back to Play Casket with another episode of Your Turn, and it's another slow week. It feels like it's the calm before the storm of the holidays, and everybody's just losing themselves. But some cool stuff still happened, like the best news we've seen all for a long time in video games. Google Stadia closed.
Ding dong, Stadia's dead.
We need like a we're gonna edit some like fanfare going on in this part right there. Like, yeah, yeah, yep. So, honestly, I kind of thought that Google Stadia was already closed. Like, not gonna lie, I kind of thought like Google was just gonna be like, if you just shut the fuck up, we're probably just gonna be able to sneak away and pretend it never happened. like kind of how KFC announced that Kentucky
console?
Fried Console, and nothing ever came out of that. Thanks, KFC. Got my hopes up. Now you're not going to do it. Shame. But yeah, I kind of figured that like Google would try to. I almost feel like they were kind of forced to kind of talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I felt like.
Well, from what I heard, as soon as they announced it too, within 24 hours, they just chopped it, like dead. So.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it. And what sucks is for everyone who bought the Stadia.
Yeah.
They can't do anything with it. They can't even play the games. None of it.
Well, I thought it was just something that you subscribe to, no?
Yeah. Exactly my point.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like, they get a little dongle and stuff with a little controller and stuff. And I think like the later ends just came with a controller that connected to Bluetooth and such.
Okay.
But yeah, it's none of that matters anymore.
Womp womp.
Like that. Like, just imagine how bad these companies think of you as a consumer, that they're just like, nah, fuck it, and just cut the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the whole reason why they want to get everything to be digital and service games and such.
Yeah.
And so they could just like, no, we stopped it. You need to get two now, and that thing's like $80. Like, I don't want that. Like, well, then just don't play games. Tough.
I remember all the pitfalls too. For the most part, I remember Spawnwave saying like he said it was something supposed to be along the lines of where you could just open up a Google browser, type in the game you want, and you just start playing from there using their hardware. And originally, that's what everybody thought it was going to be. It sounded really good, and then what the hell was it anyways?
So basically, it was a supreme version of the Ouya.
Oh, okay.
So it was basically like the first rendition was like a mini console thing. You kind of connect it to your TV, downloads the Google Chrome OS nonsense updates, and then you play. And for the most part, most of it was just streaming. You get some assets, but for the most part, you just stream everything. And streaming was supposed to be super smooth, and it has Google's Crystal Tech or whatever it was called. And like they even paid so many like huge influencers to pretend it even existed, and like people like broke down like these videos are fake because and like they broke it all down, and they doubled down, and Google would delete them. Like, it just like the internet's forever. It just did not happen. And after a while, like, they're like, it's released, and like, dude, it was getting shoved down my throat. There was like 3 back-to-back unskippable ads on YouTube for the longest time too. Like, I couldn't do anything about it. They're like, da Stadia, da Stadia, like repeating. I'm like, can you just shut up?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want it. Not only is Google's name on it, I don't want it. And end of story. Be done with it, you know. And
well, I remember too, if you stop paying subscription, you gotta buy your stuff again. What the hell is up with that? Like,
after your subscription expires for a certain amount of time, and then you open up your subscription again, all the games that you had, you no longer have.
Yeah.
And if you read the terms of service, basically that said you only rented the rights to play that, basically. Like, it was extended rental fees. And again, if this was an all digital world, that would have already happened.
Yeah.
You know, everyone would have already pulled that crap. In fact, some of my apps that I do, you know, just to earn some coupons and stuff, if I don't submit something in 2 weeks, they'll delete all my money that I earned.
That's so dumb.
So I'd probably be like sitting on $60 and be like, that could be a free game and stuff, and haven't cashed out yet. You know, I'm using my coupon still. And it'll give me a warning. You need to do something, or else we're just going to take this money by Monday. I'm like, what the hell? So, yeah, it's pervasive, and that type of thing. If it happens, and you have to do it because otherwise, you lose everything. Like you don't get to cash out. They literally lock you out after on certain levels. You can only cash out above 50. You can only cash out in divisions of like 60 or 10. So I could take 60, but if I had 69, I can't have that $9.
Okay.
So you'd always have to do something. And if that was the way the video game market was now, yeah, they would have pulled that crap.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even put it past Nintendo. Like that is exactly what a corporation would want.
They do that with the coin shops already.
Yeah. They do.
After a year, everything goes to waste. So make sure you spend it all.
They already do that. They already do it with the My Nintendo crap. That is garbage.
Yeah.
That is garbage.
Because there's nothing good there's nothing good to buy too, which really pisses me off.
Well, the gold ones. Okay, so the gold ones I use for like DLC or something like that. Mm-hmm. Like that's like $5 DLC or on something like that. Like if I want Ryza to have increased thighs in her bikini outfit, I'd do that. And usually, like I buy enough games that I would have enough to cash in for a cheap game, or maybe like a game that's on like a huge discount because they released something else or something to that point, right? Mm-hmm. I'll always buy something with that because it's essentially free because you don't even get taxed for it.
Yeah. So
I'll do stuff like that, or the microtransactions I'll use it on. Nothing else. I'm making Nintendo pay for that.
Yeah. Well, another thing that does suck too is that Nintendo Japan, they don't get anything all that incredible too. So
yeah.
Nintendo's slowly rolling shit out, but we'll see what they do.
Yeah, and then there's people like Microsoft who makes their stuff so enticing that people are like, oh no, it's really good anyway. It's good for the money that you pay. And I'm like, no, because then it's gone. Like if you only plan on playing a few games a week and stuff, and you don't really care about whether or not you get to go back to it at any given time, then sure, Game Pass sounds good. But when you are a collector or you are an aficionado of like game experiences and stuff, you would want to go back to play them.
Yeah.
Especially if there's games that are like very obscure, you would go back to play them.
Yeah.
And if something like Game Pass existed for that, tough tits.
Yeah.
Tough tits. This one company tanked and all the games went with it. Like, it's just not going to work out that way. But yeah, that's why I'm glad that Google Stadia closed. And honestly, anybody else who is still a promotion to Google Stadia, like everyone like who is still on Google Stadia's like defense, that weren't on payroll, like all 12 of them, this is deserving. As much as it sounds like this is they deserve that, because they need to be woken up that this type of stuff can happen to anyone. And if they're sitting there like, oh no, Google has such good games and blah blah blah, whatever you want to try to defend it, no, this can happen to anyone. I'm a huge fan of Switch, but if the Switch went full day digital, it'll be the same situation. Steam Deck, same situation. Steam in general, same situation. Nobody has it, so they just go meh, and just balk at you until it finally happens. Yeah. All it takes is that one time. So I'm glad it's gone. I'm glad people are butthurt about it. I'm glad, because that way we could go, we really do need a physical format of some kind for most of these games so we can preserve it ourselves if this stuff ever happens again.
Like we need some kind of committee, like a Overwatch committee, right?
Segue. But no, yeah. We're going to go ahead and segue into the other conversation. Overwatch 2.
Womp womp.
Womp womp. So, basically, why don't you go ahead and give us a recap of what went down on Overwatch in a nutshell, and we'll just crack that egg open.
No porn of it, right? No, I guess they're locking.
You just demonetized us. How dare you?
They're locking their 3D models.
They're putting blockchains on their models, so you can't have any suggestive. Why is the spirit so crazy now? But
October is
yes,
upon
it's
us.
crazy.
But
but yeah, they're blockchaining their models because they don't want to have Tracer walk around with a dong, because apparently that was very offensive.
What? No, that's super progressive. What are you talking about?
Right? That's girl dong, you turf.
But I mean,
so ridiculous.
Well, people just 3D model it. On top of that, too, like from Overwatch 2 to Overwatch 1, there's not that much difference. Like
there isn't, and then
Tracer
that's why
has,
they
like,
want
new goggles and like extra metal armor, and then like that's it. And then
and McCree is apparently a different name now, Cassidy. So there's that. Because apparently, if you have a name that's real close, that kind of sounds and maybe kind of rhymes, or maybe even starts with a different letter that sounds the same, and if you did something bad to somebody sometime, somewhere, maybe even the relationship got sour, you can just entirely ruin an entire video game just because you existed. And then you're going to get investigated, which then never is going to do anything except for damaging your career. And then they're going to find out, like 3 months later, they're just going to low-key just announce that they have found nothing of value, but never hire you back. Yep. That's the Blizzard way.
Yep.
So, yeah. It's dumb. And they're making the Overwatch 2 free-to-play. Again, it's one of those service games, again.
Yeah, so.
That you can't play it. Like, I don't understand why they made even a physical box for Overwatch 1, because you don't have an offline mode.
Yeah.
You can't even play LAN. Like, at least Rocket League lets you play LAN offline.
I think it's just to trick like the grandma who my grandson really likes Overwatch.
Yeah, and buys it.
She buys it, and then
just like the Fortnite crap.
Yeah, and they open it up and like, Grandma, this is like, I don't have a PC to play this.
Yeah,
and then
and then they make some kind of story mode where you can play any character, but for some reason not every character. It's dumb. I'm like, then why not just make a single player like adventure game based off of this then? Why can't you do that?
Yeah. Well, everybody thought they were going to do that, especially with the really cool.
No, they just turned it into events. They just turned it into events. That's all they did. They did do of them. You can relive them, quote unquote, relive them in like special events during their anniversary thing, and they will lock you into just a small selection of the characters, and you just play one like survival mode. I'm like, why can't you just allow? Like, honestly, I would buy a single player offline Overwatch.
Yeah.
If it's like Overwatch Origins Tracer, and you get to play like the entire time of Tracer getting into her role.
Yeah.
I'd buy that.
Yeah,
I'd buy that.
Cool as hell.
Well, hell, I would buy, like, I'm excited about the League of Legends story games that came out, and I kind of hope some of them will get a physical release eventually, somewhere, somehow. I will buy the what is it, the Ruined King, the RPG. Dude, that looks great. I'm gonna probably buy it on a discount eventually, but I would buy it physical if it comes out that way. You know? Same thing with the adventure game that stars Nunu in, what's his kid's name? Like, that'd be great. I would like that. Wumpus. Nunu and Wumpus. It's not the kid's name. It's the monster's name.
And then, what else?
But,
Overwatch 2 also records they record your audio, and they require your phone number so they can ban you, so you don't make a new account.
Yeah, so not only ban you, that they require your number, your email, and I think your first name. Like, it's getting to a point where they could just straight up ban you from even like accessing any Blizzard games on any system anywhere, even if you're like trying to log in, because they like outside Diablo 3 on the Switch, literally only on the Switch, the PS4 and the Xbox One versions of Diablo 3 don't have an offline mode. The Switch is the only one. By that definition, the Switch is superior. Yeah. It has shittier graphics, has slower frame rate, but because I can still play it without Blizzard's dick going into my ear, it's better.
Yeah.
It's better because I can play it at any time. It's better because I can play it on a plane. It's better because I can play it in the middle of a field. It's better if I have a power outage or have a rolling blackout because I somehow mysteriously live in California and apparently it's a third world country. I can still play it.
We love corporation.
Yeah.
Please don't ban us.
Yeah, we love corporation. Please do not ban us.
Keep smiling. They're gonna kill us.
You're already dead. So that's the stupidity of everything on Overwatch. But
so play a better Overwatch, Gundam Overwatch,
or Paladins.
Yeah.
Paladins, at least if you get banned, which barely happens, you can just make another account.
Okay. So
stop
Gundam
smurfing.
News, right? Gundam News.
With segue somehow. Gundam News.
Well, Gundam Evolution is basically Overwatch Gundam.
Okay.
It's really cool. I think it came out either this week or last week, something like that. But
First person Gundam, that's weird.
yeah, well, it's funny because it does. Most characters do play fairly similar to the Overwatch characters as well too. Like they have pretty similar kits compared to. Yeah, the only difference is things are slightly different, and you do live and die really quickly. So you could just run out there, and then everybody just like you'll see like you'll just see a wall of bullets, and you're like you're dead.
Like, huh? Why is my screen flashy? Oh, that's why. My bad.
Getting headshot in a mecha game. What the hell?
Yep. So what else on the Gundam news that you want to do other than just telling us video game?
Gundam Evolution. Bandai announced a lot of really cool stuff too, so everybody's super happy about it.
More Gundam news.
What was it? The two most important things. The Katoki kits, so the Verka kits, Katoki, is Zeta Gundam. Everybody's either very happy or extremely pissed off because they
fuck.
Well, everybody hyped it up, and then because we already have we have like 2 Zeta master grades, and then this is basically the third one. But because like the 2.0 came out, 2.0 is pretty good. I just bought the 2.0 too. So I'm gonna get this one. But Katoki always had really.
How does the dead have money? I will never understand. But this dude feels very loaded.
Sometimes people bring it to my gravesite, okay, and they get built.
For what reason?
Anyways, but Katoki's been really hitting it out of the park with these recent Verkas that came out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the engineering is just like so freaking good. I can't wait to get this though. Everybody's like, "Oh, we get a third Zeta." At least it's not an RX-78 again. So, and then Master Grade SD, which is like a brand new line. Everybody's super stoked about it. It's a Strike Freedom Gundam.
Not a Zeta? Boo.
Everybody was like, "Oh my god, it's gonna be the RX-78 too, isn't it?" But it has a full innerframe, and it's like super detailed. It's like it stands about like 4.5 inches roughly.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of hoping to be a little bit bigger, but I thought about the Unicorn Gundam, and if he had a Master Grade SD, oh my god, he could transform. Okay, I want that line now. So we'll see. I can't wait to see Unicorn on the Master Grade SD line, but we'll see what more they could churn out. Mostly due to like the chain supply issues, kits have been kind of slow, and development has been kind of slow. So I'm a little worried about that, but we'll see what they do.
Well, I think the slowness will actually help be able to give them some time to really think about any other potential flaws and stuff, and they can probably work the kinks out before they finally officially release it.
Yeah,
so,
well, it's kind of weird though. Certain kits you see, they kind of cut corners. You're like, oh, I really hope this isn't due to supply chain shortage, and it's just kind of like
them being dumb.
Yeah. But we'll see.
All right, excellent. And I'm just going to top this off too, just because just before this we were playing a couple, going back onto the whole free-to-play stuff. EA finally officially has bailed out of Velon Studios' Knockout City. And it's a dodgeball game. It's kind of like Splatoon meets dodgeball, where it's like 3-on-3, 4-on-4, and stuff like that. Small arenas. That EA is no longer in it. The EA dong is no longer rubbing against everybody's face when they log on. And they're moving their back end to Epic Games. Mm-hmm. And it's not because Epic Games owns them and Epic Games will have any decision in anything. It's just that's where they're renting their back end development from. And
what did they do anyways? Or why did EA pull out anyways?
EA wanted to basically charge you for a service game. It was $20 out the gate, and then it was like very strict on how many. You'll have it was called a free to start game, so you could play it for free up until rank 15. But
so a demo, right?
Yeah, up to rank 15, then you're locked out. Period. Okay. And then on top of that, crossplay was allowed for those who bought the game. So those who are probably just playing like fresh on a what it was like on Xbox X 1st. Not many people had Xbox X. There was even fewer still who would be playing that game. And if you're trying it out and you're getting this lengthy queue time because they're just trying to find Xbox only players, you're going to immediately go, this game's dead.
Yeah.
And never play it. And on top of that, they didn't want to reward you many cosmetics. They wanted to charge you cosmetics. So basically, when you unlock certain things, it would unlock for the shop.
No.
So it was just like, it was an ongoing nonsense with EA. And with EA, they looked at it and then like, wow, we're losing a lot of money trying to support this. We're out. And VLAN Studios was like, I'd rather just buy this back and do it ourselves. And as soon as they went free to play, like they're able to actually start developing and stuff, they released a cross promotion with Among Us and then a cross promotion with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is going on right now.
Okay.
And they're just starting their Halloween events. They're going to be having weird other events and stuff like that. So I'm excited to play it. It's actually really fun. I'd rather not give EA my time. That's why I started it now, because it is now officially over. They're now being able to transfer their accounts over.
Good.
So you'll probably see us kind of stream that, because we've been testing our streams as well. And so far, it's a small start, but everything's been running smoothly. So we're probably going to start doing some thematic stuff for October.
Wait, we're building rivers?
Yes.
Streams?
Yep. We're building upstream,
Upstream?
bro. Yes.
Downstream?
What houses have you been haunting when I'm gone?
The ones without streams.
But yes, we're going to be starting to do some stuff with that. Well, I might actually even stream some of that game one of these days too, if you guys want. But I would like to thank you all for listening. If you like our content, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And
We will see you on the other side.